The second door. I bought the house in late September. It was cheap. Too cheap. But I told myself that was because of the economy, not the neighborhood. The realtor avoided eye contact when I asked why the last owner sold it so suddenly. They relocated, she said. Work transfer. I didn't press it. I should have. The house was an old Victorian, the kind with creaky floors and those long, narrow hallways that feel too tight when the lights are off. The first few nights were peaceful, though I couldn't shake a feeling that something about the layout was off. The upstairs hallway ended with 2 bedroom doors facing each other. My room was on the left. The one on the right was locked when I moved in. The realtor said it was used for storage, but I could swear I heard movement behind it some nights. A soft shuffle, sometimes breathing. On the 4th night, I decided to open it. I used a screwdriver to pry off the old latch. When the door finally creaked open, my flashlight beam fell on a perfectly empty room. Bare floorboards, dust, no furniture, nothing. Except another door in the opposite wall. I hadn't seen that on the floor plan. It was painted the same color as the walls, as if someone wanted to hide it. It didn't have a knob, just a faint outline and an old keyhole. I got close enough to look through it. Pitch black. But I swear something moved on the other side. A pale flash like skin in darkness. I jerked back and stumbled, almost dropping the light. My heart was hammering. I tried to convince myself it was just the reflection of the beam, until I heard it. Don't open it again. It was whispered from the other side, too close to be an echo. I bolted from the room and slept downstairs. The next morning, the door to that hidden room was closed again, and the latch I'd broken off was back in place, like it had never been touched. That was 2 weeks ago. I hear footsteps in the hall now every night, stopping right outside my room. Last night I heard a slow scratching sound on my door. Not nails. Fingertips. And just now, as I'm writing this, I heard a second click. The sound of a latch being undone. Story 2. The house that knew my name. When I bought the place, I thought it was perfect. A small fixer-upper in a quiet part of town. I was tired of apartments and noise and other people's lives bleeding into mine through thin walls. I wanted silence. The silence didn't last. From the first night, I noticed how the house settled strangely. Not the normal pops and groans of old wood, but sounds that seemed deliberate. Like something moving with intention. A faint thump from the basement. A dragging noise in the walls. But what really unsettled me was the way the house seemed to recognize me. On my second morning, as I came downstairs, I heard the faintest whisper of my name. Evan. I froze halfway down the steps. It was low, like a breath through the air vent. I told myself it was the wind, except the windows were closed. By the 4th day, the whispers were clearer, and coming from different parts of the house. Sometimes from behind the bathroom mirror, sometimes from the attic. Always soft, always using my name. I started keeping the lights on all night. That only made things worse. Shadows began appearing in places they shouldn't. The reflection of the hallway in the window showed a figure that wasn't there when I turned around. I found a door to a crawl space behind the kitchen cabinets, hidden under a thin layer of drywall. The lock was old, rusted, but I managed to pry it open. The smell hit me first. Damp earth and rot. The light from my phone barely cut through the darkness. The space was small, no more than 4 feet high. And on the far wall were names, dozens of them carved into the wood, each with a date next to it. The last one was even, 2025. My blood ran cold. I stumbled backward and ran for the stairs. As I reached the kitchen door, it slammed shut in my face so hard the glass shattered. And then, from behind me in the dark, I heard my name again. Louder this time, right against my ear. You came back. That's when I realized something. The dates beside those names were all about 10 years apart. And my new house, the realtor told me it had sat empty for exactly 10 years.